Okay, Santa T, you sent me another request on Ko-Fi for Roy Blair's album Chasing Moving Trains. I have not heard of this album. I was not keeping up to date on Roy Blair, but I am aware of Roy Blair, and even on the little blurb here for this album, it talks about their ties to Brockhampton, because I'd heard about Roy Blair because of Brockhampton, and I listened to a handful of sort of the bigger songs on that last album. And it seems like there was some mild success to that, but I feel like Roy Blair has sort of become a little bit obscure now. They don't really seem to be really that big. I'm not sure kind of what happened there. Maybe, I don't know if it's like attached to Brockhampton in the sense where Brockhampton is sort of came and went, and the members of Brockhampton do not really have these like comparably successful careers, solo careers. I know Kevin Abstract is definitely the biggest, but he is also definitely dropped in that popularity. Regardless, though, I'm excited because I do like the songs I've heard from that past album of Roy Blair. I never listened to that full album, so I'm curious, man. I genuinely am curious, and I really hope that I mess with this. So let's go.
But every time I
I like it. Starts out very strong. I think R&B angle on this, working vocally, very ambient sound nature to it is kind of cool. All right, and the pitch sort of vocals, which again very reminiscent of maybe like Nike's, by Frank Ocean, and lengthy outro that isn't like immediately hooking me in the sense of maybe like an opener to an album, but sounds nice. So okay, let's continue on.
Haven't had a second to breathe in months. Just ignored my dad, and I ain't feel bad. Your hands locked in mine. San Francisco for a while. Leaves hang off of the stone wall. We lay in bed with our coats on. We can't find our lungs, but the cold air keeping us both calm. CVS running out of masks. Twilight haze raining powder black. Stare at your reflection through the glass. You give me the face you have when you're in love, and I'm missing the moment while wondering if I remember it or if anybody does. I was 20 on the 110 out. There's no turning back now. 2017, all alone on New Year's Eve, throwing up on myself. Head spinning like wheels turning, throat burning, but I'm feeling myself. My eyes rolling euphoria, lose myself in this warehouse crowd. And I'm like 22 now. I feel better when in doubt. I'm off the grid for a while. I've been on tour for a while. I made like 200,000. I'm in a foreign city for the month. I got a visa for the Ria, me and her barely holding on. But that's what I do. Got so much to lose, or I'm riding around. Back in Amberwood, back in Amberwood, back in Amberwood. Can't believe we made it here all the way from a distant daydream. Vinyls hanging over my teenage bedsheets. Wake up and dream of Coachella. Knew I was different, no one would listen. Set my first mixtape for $5. I made like $5 off of them bitches. Perform at Crown Roost, 10 in attendance. South Pasadena, they treat all my records like dead airs. Rumors were spreading, started pretending I was one of them when we stopped making music. Kids from back then hitting me up now. They say, what's up now, I hope you've been good. I heard your album, it got me through college. Surprised you're the one that made it Hollywood. You're the reason that I'm fucking depressed. You're the reason that this hole in my chest of what I cannot feel but help me make checks. I helped you heal, how can I rest? Came a long way from not working with BH. Driving to South LA when they would need me. Don't have no data, I call on the freeway. Mom told me exit, I'm figuring I beat it. Ian gave me a platform and I used it. No one believed, had to go out and prove it. Now I've been taught millions, listen, and I won't stop till I got more. Bitch, I'm a fraud, bitch, they adore me. Haven't got a tester, but I can afford it. You can't ignore it. How many late nights in this life I stayed up recording? On a one-way flight, the quad to me rigged it. An hour short was ain't though on the wind. Open from Maddie to like 6,000 kids, they get a tattoos of all these songs I did, man. Hey, yeah, told me I was just 17. I say your ass was high. Almost killed myself when I was 18. Wish I could tell me it's gonna be alright.
Times I wish I wasn't in this chair, and there's something that I wish I didn't feel. Wanna bleed out of my heart, but I could fail. On the world stage, this is fame and this is. But do they notice when you broke it? Do they feel it when your hope has been stolen? By uniforms, zero emotions. Alice with the world up on his shoulders. Trying to stay independent, stress enormous. Been selling dreams, LLC, baby, we own it. But still a little boy begging OF for mission. Nothing has changed, even if everything's different.
I want you how I want you, in this way of what I want. Spent my whole life walking uphill, should be easy, yeah, it's not. No, my dad and mom are proud of me, but I wish right from the start, if I could, I'd fall apart. But I'm too scared of the dark.
I really like that. It does seem like, from what I've heard from Roy Blair before, which was much more leaning to trying to be poppy, this wants to be, what's the word here I'm looking for? A little bit more deeper, I guess, when it comes to its sound. It doesn't want to be sort of leaning on just straight out genre. Lots of different sounds going on in this one. Vocals, great R&B hits for sure, and there's some pretty good rapping moments too. And lyrically, you know, we're getting some things about sort of their rise to fame, their connection to Brockhampton, and you know, sort of all this happening to them at a young age. And I do think that sort of musings on that is interesting to hear, alongside the sound of the music. So I'm really liking this so far. Let's continue on.
Is this all we want?
Living in a two-bedroom Hollywood and valet cars, spending like we own some more, falling in and out of our bed. Every chance I'll be something. Oh, you know.
Another flight in the air. You check your hair in the mail. I memorize every line you hear. Secure us on my way. Taking out when I'm with your friends. It's so, yeah. But if we look back and it's not as bad, it's no different. We won't recall. We'll make something new, over.
Living in a two-bedroom Hollywood and valet cars, spending like we own some more, falling in and out of our bed. Every chance I'll be something. Oh, you know. And I'm trying to be something.
Without you.
I know we're stubborn, always blame each other, but this time I knew I rushed you into it. I know we're stubborn, always blame each other, but this time I admit I rushed you into it.
Okay, track 3 is a little bit of a dud. I was kind of not really diving into that one. Not hooking me. Not really liking the sort of vocals on this either. Okay. That's just one song. I feel like maybe if I return to that one, my opinion could change.
I think I knew you were the one when I came in from a hard day at work and you said, baby, you a star like me. And I needed that from you. But now we sitting hard times, I'm still working that beat on weekends, trying to get my shit right, so I don't know if I'ma be able to call you. For a couple weeks now, I see you breaking down, so I called to tell you you a star too, like you said you're too far from the truth, don't know what I do. You said it like coffee in the sun. The way you say my name sometimes, it's like you're singing oldies.
Like
remember
it,
the,
like the soul should bring the violence, that ambrosia, cut the high end, on the riding, on the ride shit, over your spot, 'cause I don't live there anymore, sweet far, more than before, but
and I know it'll get better. You saw me through all weather. We've been shining like a four-letter. You know that I'm forever, 'cause we're
pressure on my body, hummingbird, you hold my wings high. And I will always be your baby. Pressure on my body, hummingbird, you hold my wings high. And I will always drink your nectar.
you lay around in the dark now. Your two gems are shining now, quiet as right. Lately I've been gone now. At least you got your flame points on your knees right by your side. Call you while I'm gone out for tour. If you missed it, didn't wish it was short. If I tell you, hell, you would you ignore everything I say? Am I in your way? Hey.
Pressure on my body, hummingbird, you hold my wings high. And I will always be your baby. Pressure on my body, hummingbird, you hold my wings high. And I will always drink your nectar. Pressure on my body. And I will always be your baby. And I will always drink your nectar. Wrestling with your dreams when you think of starting over. Dilated retinas, all your friends coming over. Out of mind at the parties, but they never know what a thing does to baby. You're already mine. You're already mine. You're already mine.
I don't mind that one. Pretty decent hook on it. Kind of has a solid beat on there too. Lyrically, I think too, there's a decent amount of substance about sort of a fading or complicated relationship with someone.
Snow in the sky, don't wanna go. How I'm alive, I never know. Whoa. I wasn't there, hard to control. Feeling inside, voting my boat. Whoa. Snow in the sky, don't wanna go. How I'm alive, I never know. I wasn't there, hard to control, feeling inside, floating my boat. Whoa. Take another smoke break. It was raining above us. On the walk back home, locked that door, back by 4. Living situation mad hardcore, sleeping on these city hardwood floors. Up too early when I can't sleep, no. Take another smoke break. It was raining above us. On the walk back home, locked that door, back by 4. Living situation mad hardcore, sleeping on these city hardwood floors. Up too early when I can't sleep, no. Times ahead, you figured out this world around me had it down. These things I knew nothing about, and now I can't make go away. Times ahead, you figured out this world around me had it down. These things I knew nothing about, and now I can't make go away.
Short, light little track. Kind of comes in with a beat halfway through. I'm not a fan of the vocals on that second half, to be honest. Yeah, it's not bad.
You're too deep. That's how they get ya. Yeah, sign at this right here, at the bottom of the river. Start to see a different picture when you get a little bit older. Yeah. Turn the corner and the shadow moving closer. Water's getting colder, so you go out, try to paint your mind away. Yeah. I signed my first album away forever, and I ain't even no idea. Yeah. So who got my back at all if there ain't no money involved? Yeah. So with my back against the wall, how I'm supposed to keep it all together? You tell me the light's already on you. Nothing in the tank, so you take 5, stay alive, play your cards, shake your 8-ball. There's no difference. Once survive the type of life I'm living. Couple nights I got it coming back to me in ways. Caught a look in my reflection, couldn't recognize my face. Yeah, erase the tape, yeah, they waiting for you now. In this whirlpool, no, it's been a while. Am I high? Watching Amelie, boss like I'm a queen. Color lime green, rainbow colored coat, voguing to my note. I can feel euphoria with my eyes closed. If I focus on the strobe, I can let the time slow. If I focus on the strobe, I can let my mind go. If I focus on the strobe, I can let the time slow. If I focus on the strobe, I can let my mind go. Yeah, I wanna buy you flowers for Valentine's Day, but that check ain't hit until it's Friday. All my life I fell asleep sideways. Wake up one day driving down the highway. Yeah, walking down the back of my mind. Don't you know it's dangerous to go and hitchhike? Is this really what you want for the rest of your life? I'll give you a ride to the next town. Oh.
pretty good song. Fast-paced, nice drum and bass element to it. Good vocal switch up in the second half there, and then you get a pretty decent exit to the track as well.
There's an orange telephone in the basement by the stairs. There's a spaceship hanging low over the dinner that we share. What pulls you closer to me if you can feel me suffering? And why can't you see through me if all I give is reluctance? What pulls you closer to me if you can feel me suffering? And why can't you see through me if all I give is reluctance? Your Plum calling, your Plum calling, your Plum calling. You could kiss the world if you let your love go on. Shadows of every word we thought, silence watching us, turning every corner. Wait around for some ending to come and make this easier. Yeah, lean out of your doorway, staying out all night long, cigarettes in a storm drain. Have you felt like me in a real long time now? Call me down on my way over. What you want, say I already know. Can't turn back now that we're down that road. Elevator going up, my heart is beating. What pulls you closer to me if you can feel me suffering? And why can't you see through me if all I give is reluctance? You light your candles outside in the wind. You put mascara on, just let it run. I bit my fingernails down to the brim. But did you ever even notice something was wrong? Something was wrong. Yeah, yeah. Your Plum calling, your Plum calling, your Plum calling. You could kiss the world if you let your love go. Corner of my heart, I won't ever let go of. There's a corner of my heart, I won't ever let go of. There's a corner of my heart, I won't ever let go of. There's a corner of my heart, I won't ever let go of. There's a corner of my heart, I won't ever let go of. There's a corner of my heart, I won't ever let go of.
this one, it's very strange, like slow track, but I kind of like I can be placed in the environment. You know what I mean? Like I can get kind of just settle into it all. So I'd probably my third favorite so far. I'd say this album starts off really strong with Karaoke and Amberwood. And then Belmont, I am not really a big fan of. Hummingbird and Clear are okay. Not really big on those. Panavision's pretty good. And now we're getting into this, which I think is working.
I miss 1817. Sometimes it feels like it didn't happen, and I made it up for balance. For all the bad shit that's happened, nothing feels special anymore. I miss when nobody gave a fuck about me. Why'd I feel so empty in a room full of people who love me? I miss the feeling from when you found me. I wish the moments by myself were as meaningful as they should have been. I wish I was as empathetic to you as I could have been. I'm never alone now. And now, home to me means hometown. Forgot to hope. My roommate is broke. Lay in the middle of Times Square, snow landing on my tongue. I can see my breathing pattern. Big screens like my hands are builders. Off the hinges, been on caffeine binges. Dancing to the morning, blur emotion. This shit always feels like chasing moving trains. This shit always feels like chasing moving trains. This shit always feels like chasing moving trains.
I've lived off this high when I was low, to be by your side, just to let go. Now in morning light, everybody's gone home, but I've leaned on this life. It's all
I'll never be good to you,
I
never be as good as you. Never be beautiful, never be better me. Never be enough for love, never have a way to get past this feeling. Never have a way to get past this feeling. Never have a way to get past this feeling. Never have a way to get past this feeling. Never have a way to get past this. Sometimes I can't recognize myself. Sometimes I can't recognize myself. Sometimes I can't recognize myself. Sometimes I can't recognize myself.
Sold on that one. Love that very quiet, emotional track. Vocals are killing on this. Some of the repetition is also like really working for emotional effect. Lyrically, I guess, kind of getting to like where they're at in their life, and being a celebrity, as small or big, can be a very unnerving thing, feel very disassociative from reality. And they kind of miss a time where, where life was easier, right? And, the whole song, it always feels like chasing moving trains, right? So you feel like within this frame of being a musician, and especially, I guess, with these sort of fan base or the expectations that come now from being a public figure as well, you're trying to find something that you'll never be able to catch up with. You'll never be able to get that sort of peace or what you were really looking for. And you're getting this thing here, but when you're 23, I guess you're kind of being put in this position where you're hoping that you'll be able to sort of figure it out. I don't know. I can't speak for this lad. I don't know, but that fully feels like. But I will tell you, and I feel like many people would tell you, this idea of finding it out, like what is going on in life and so forth, is a pretty lengthy journey. And like, you know what I mean? Like in the sense where your whole life is you trying to figure shit out. You're constantly going down different journeys, learning, figuring out. I don't think you're ever going to completely get closure. Maybe on something like this, you can kind of find some answer, but I don't know. Life is always moving. You'll always be chasing the moving train. At least I feel that way. But that moving train won't always be the same train.
Out of silence. Was there a moment where you decided it wouldn't get better? Are we together, or is it just whether or not? Sometimes I'm not there when you touch me, when you feel the need to say you love me. I need to feel alone to feel something I haven't before. I've been running down your echo. That's our way to let go. This crowded affair, yeah. I'll find your way there, yeah. I took the train to Kyoto. I tried calling you back more than once. There's something out
That's a very nice, tightly structured song. I love the start to it too, because it's like very repetitive backing, but like hooks the focus on the vocal performance. Like it really grabs you, and then kind of do a different pitch thing at the end. And hook is relatively good on this too. I will say, even with the songs that maybe I'm not as big on here, I appreciate that Roy Blair's music on this album, at least, is very unexpected. Like the directions that the tracks are going, and when I'm listening to, I don't feel like I'm being stuck in something relatively cliche. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually like actively going like, oh, like I don't know where this is going. I don't know where the song is going to be leading, and I like that.
I used to be in love with the only one I cared for. Had no runner-up. Now it's a one and done. Feelings that I never planned for, hidden in my blood. I used to be in love with the only one I cared for. Had no runner-up. Now it's a one and done. Feelings that I never planned for, hidden in my blood. You're a ladybug, baby. Strawberry Mercedes. Doing 40 in an orange town lately. Highlights in my hair. I just wanna know how you're doing so well. You're a ladybug, baby. Strawberry Mercedes. Doing 40 in an orange town, baby. Highlights in my hair. Doing myself. I just wanna know how you're doing so well, though. Shimmy, I don't know where to go. Take a photo, yeah. If you want me, don't let go. If you're done with that, listen to me more. Breathe in again, oh. Shimmy, I don't know where to go.
I did like this song. It kind of sounds like a K-pop track a little bit with its hook. Once like the second half kind of comes around, I'm not as invested. I honestly think with the 5-minute track length, it feels like it's a little too long. I feel like it could have been cut down a little bit.
Feels like I'm standing on top of a wire, and everything's so transcendental. Count to 5, I made it on to the other side. Push past the turmoil, I look down, and so much of me I lost. But what cost did it all come? Did I find what I was looking for, looking for? And maybe I would feel better when on fresh start, moved to New York and it didn't hurt. Travel the world and it's just myself here now. With this feeling
rain, the chimera eyes, the lights in the blur, the snow in the dark, a walk in the park, a ride in the car, the feeling of love, fish in the pond, shimmering right out the side of a boat, the bugs in the garden, the comfort of home, leaves on the ground, the colors and autumn, the clothes, the dance inside of a building, the seeds of a fruit, the feel of a man, the sound of the waves, the aromas of youth, the wind in your head, the places you stay, traveling out to two tracks of a train, the sound of you calling my name, 'cause if I don't keep going, 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 if I don't keep
Go away, go away, go away, go away. Someplace, someplace, someplace. Now wait. One day, one day, one day, one day. Somewhere, okay. We'll wait, we'll wait. I'll wait, I'll wait. Someday, I'll wait. Someday, one day, someday, one day,
Oh, there's nothing worse than a lengthy song that is boring. Honestly, okay, it's one of those things. Lengthy songs, let's say, when it comes to, I mean, albums I like, I suppose. Lengthy songs are usually this great, epic piece. You know what I mean? They really stand out on an album. This, I just could not care about at all, really. I don't want to listen to that one, really, ever again. I don't know if my opinions will change, right? This is just a first listen, and, you know, sometimes things stick. But that's the album. Coming from, like, having, I think there's 4 songs from that last album that I've listened to and I really liked. This is not like that album at all. I think this is wanting to be something more grander. You know what I mean? I am not the biggest fan of this album. There's songs that work, though, and then there's songs that don't. I can respect that they are, you know, leaning into this more alternative pop sound that I think is unique, but maybe I'm not always as interested in it as much as I'd want to be. I'm thinking right now I'd probably give this a 5 out of 10. It's getting a passing grade, but I'm not overly immersed in this. I do hope that coming back to this album I can pick up on it more, especially because of how much I did like those songs on that past Roy Blair album. I want to have a positive opinion, but it's not coming out of me right now, I will say. So, until then, it's a 5 out of 10. Let's hope that changes. Okay, dude, honestly, coming back to this, I do like the album. I was fucking harsh on this, but I eased into it. Belmont still maybe isn't a song that I'm particularly a fan of, but everything else I kind of cleared up with. I'm going to go from my ranked from bottom to top. Panavision, not very memorable, but not bad. Clear, good vocals, but that's just like a short little thing. Hummingbird, that's when we sort of get into some of the good stuff. I really like the beat on that one. Plum is pretty wonky. Garden, I like this song. Yes, I still think the length isn't working, but that singing on there is really fucking nice. Strawberry, very, I guess it's not hyper pop, but it is a hyper pop song that I'm heavily enjoying. Then we get into more of the sadder stuff with Chasing Moving Trains. And Rain is kind of too. Rain and Amberwood are the two big ones. But Karaoke, Chasing Moving Trains, Strawberry, those are other big highlights. So yeah, I like this. 5 to a 7 out of 10. That's a big jump, but I have to give this. It just had a click, I think. The catchiness of this all clicked. It's not the same as the songs on that past album, but I think this is a pretty contained, tight experience. Okay, so it was certainly worth my while. If there's anything else y'all want to see me react to, anything at all, you can put a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.